A very good morning, children. Welcome back to your English class. This is Sonia Verma from Springfields Public School. Today we are going to start a topic from your English language, that is nouns. So as you can see, children, nouns is a part of sentence. There are 8 parts of sentences and one of them is nouns. So in class 6 we are going to do all these different parts of speech, and first we are going to do nouns. So what is parts of speech or parts of sentence? Speech is whatever we speak and we speak in the form of sentences. So there are different parts of speeches. We have divided the sentence into different parts of speeches. For the study of English language, all words are placed in categories called parts of speech. So there are 8 parts of speech. Let us take an example. One sentence: Meera and her friend are brilliant girls. So in this sentence we are using a lot of parts of speech. For example, Meera is a noun, friend is a noun, girls is noun, then and is a conjunction, her is a pronoun, are is a verb, and brilliant, since it is adding something to the noun girls, so brilliant is an adjective. What part of speech a word is depends upon the work it does in the sentence it belongs to. So we cannot say that one particular word is always going to be a noun or it is always going to be an adjective. It depends upon the sentence. For example, that brick is red. Here is a brick house. So we have used the same word in two different sentences. In one sentence it is working as a noun. In another sentence it is working as an adjective, since it is adding something to the noun house. Brick is an adjective here, and in this sentence it is a noun. So we should never say that a word is a noun, adjective or adverb, etc. Sometimes the same word can be used as a noun in one sentence and as an adjective in another sentence. So it depends upon the sentence what work a word is doing. So now let us come back to our main topic, that is, what is a noun? As you have done in previous classes also, children, a noun is the name of a person, animal, place, thing, feeling or idea. So all these things, when we name them, even if it is a feeling or an idea, it is a noun. So noun is a naming word. For example, Ravi went to zoo by car and saw a lion. So in this sentence, so many nouns are there. Ravi is a person, zoo is a place, car is a thing, lion is an animal. Then in another sentence, kindness is a great virtue. So kindness is a kind of a feeling or an idea which we cannot see, but still, since it is the name of feeling or an idea, it is a noun. So next topic we are going to do is kinds of nouns. 4 kinds of nouns we are going to do: proper noun, common noun, third is abstract noun, fourth is collective noun. Now let us see what these different kinds of nouns are. So what is a proper noun? A noun which names a particular person, place or thing. One particular person, place or thing is called a proper noun. For example, Ram. Ram is a particular person. We are talking about that person only. So Ram is a proper noun. One indication of a proper noun is that it is always in capital letter. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Now let us move on to the second type of noun, common noun, a noun that gives a common name to persons, places or things of the same kind is called a common noun. For example, a boy we are going to call a boy, whether that is any boy. We are talking about a common person, that can be any person. Same manner, a girl we are talking about any girl. Abstract nouns. An abstract noun is a name of some state, quality, feeling or idea that we can only think of or feel but cannot touch or see. So any particular noun which we cannot touch or see, we can only feel it, that is an abstract noun. For example, honesty, truth. Let us come to the next type of noun, collective nouns, name of a collection of persons or things taken together and spoken of as one whole. So here we have given one name to many students, class, one name to many animals, herd. So a group of persons or things which we have given a name, that is called collective noun. So now let us see the examples. Let us see what kind of noun they are. City, any city, it is a common noun. Mountain, any mountain, no particular mountain is mentioned, so it is a common noun. Jack, starting with a capital letter, name of a particular person, proper noun. Captain, any captain, common noun. Honest, something which we can feel, we cannot touch or see, abstract noun. Bunch, a collection of flowers, we have given one name, collective noun. Ganga, starting with capital letter, name of a river, proper noun. Animal, any animal, common noun. Jaipur, starting with capital letter, name of a particular city, proper noun. Fleet, fleet of ship, group of ship, collective noun. Egypt, name of country, proper noun. Truth, we cannot see or touch, abstract noun. Now let us move on to the next concept of our chapter, that is forming of abstract nouns. Word will be given to you and you will have to form an abstract noun using that word. Abstract nouns can be formed from adjectives, verbs and common nouns. In many cases, abstract nouns are derived by adding suffix. Suffix is something which is added at the end of a word, like. So what are the different suffixes which can be added? These are the suffixes. And word will be given to you. You will have to use any suffix and make an abstract noun using that suffix. Kind, kindness. Same manner, ment, treat, treatment. Ity, able, ability. So all these different suffixes we can use to form abstract nouns. Other than these suffixes, abstract nouns can be formed in other ways also. For example, know, knowledge, slave, slavery, poor, poverty, laugh, laughter, infant, infancy, proud, pride. These are going to be easier for you because they will be in sentence form. You will get an assignment also in which you will form abstract noun using the word given to you. So next topic will be there, collective nouns, which you will learn because they are names of particular groups. 1 to 26 you will be learning from your book. Now see the next topic of our chapter, other classifications of noun. One classification we had seen, in which we had divided noun into 4 parts. Another classification is abstract and concrete. Abstract is something which we cannot touch, hear or see. Other than those are concrete nouns which we can touch, hear and see. Then countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns which can be counted, they are having singular and plural form. Example, cow, ball, cows, balls, etc. Uncountable nouns which cannot be counted. They don't have a plural form. For example, milk, we don't say milks. Rice, they don't have a plural form. So they are uncountable nouns. Which can be counted, they are called countable nouns. Next very simple chapter which we are going to do is nouns, number. So two different forms of nouns which can be counted, singular and plural form, and formation of plurals is there. You have done before also. So all these different formation of plural noun you will be going through and you will be learning them. Here also all these you have done before. So you will be going through all these singular and plural form of nouns. So some peculiar examples are given here. Plural of ox is oxen, child is children. Then some nouns, they maintain the same form in singular as well as plural. For example, deer, sheep, fish, dozen, score, 100, etc. They keep the same form in plural sentences also. This also you will go through all these different uses. Then come to the next point. Scissors, spectacles, trousers, shorts, jeans, clothes, tongs and scales. They suggest two essential parts. So even if we are using for one scissor, we always use scissors. One scissor. So his trousers, even if we are talking about one trouser, we will use are. His trousers are dirty. In the same manner, cattle and people, they are always used as plural. They appear that they are singular words, but we don't use them for one thing. We use them for a group. Cattle are grazing. People were not impressed. Then mathematics, politics, news, measles, innings, all these we use as singular nouns. Even though they are having S in the last, we use them as singular nouns. Mathematics is, news is. Then these words, furniture, scenery, advice, information, always used in singular form. Then figures and letters made plural by adding apostrophe s. If we want to make 3 into plural form, we will be using apostrophe s. P apostrophe s. Then abstract nouns like love, beauty and anger are not countable, so they have no plural form. But some abstract nouns can have a plural form as well. So some abstract nouns are there which have plural form. So these nouns which we say are not countable, they are used in singular form only. So on this page, the whole summary is given of singular and plural. You can go through. One assignment I have sent. Do that also. Keep doing your work side by side, children, in one place regularly. Keep learning your work regularly. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.